The sighting of Hiroshima, where the US dropped the first nuclear bomb in 1945 during World War II, carries newfound resonance as the US, Japan, and their allies strategize on dealing with Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine. Before going further, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will be highly indebted to you. President Joe Biden arrived in Japan on May 18 with plans to meet privately with Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida ahead of the larger Group of Seven G7 summit, a sign of how the economic and national security alliance between the two countries has strengthened. Jake Sullivan, the White House National Security Advisor, said the Russian invasion looms large and would be a significant conversation during the summit. Mr. Sullivan said Mr. Biden and Mr. Kishida in their meeting will aim to advance a relationship that's progressed over the course of the last 2 years in every dimension, whether it is the military dimension of the alliance, the economic dimension, the recently concluded agreement on clean energy, the work we are doing together, and economic security. Last year, Mr. Biden came to Tokyo to discuss Indo-Pacific strategy and launch a new trade framework for the region, with the US President and Mr. Kishida engaging in an 85-minute tea ceremony and a seafood dinner. The president's first stop in Japan was to greet US troops at the Marine Corps Air Station Iwakuni before boarding a helicopter to Hiroshima for the planned 80 minutes meeting with the Japanese Prime Minister. Mr. Biden and Mr. Kishida also have economic matters to consider. The US and Japan have begun to redefine global trade with an eye towards supply chain resilience and national security. They recently signed an agreement on critical mineral supply chains. They're also cooperating on the development of renewable energy sources and partnering on efforts to limit China's access to advanced computer chips. Mr. Kishida hopes to discuss further strengthening of deterrence and response capability with Mr. Biden in the face of China's assertiveness in the Indo-Pacific region, as well as confirming the importance of the Taiwan Strait for global peace and stability. China has asserted that self-governing Taiwan should come under its rule. US officials have been briefed on the possible economic damage caused by a war over Taiwan, which would disrupt the supply of advanced computer chips. In the wake of World War II, Japan embraced pacifism. The atomic bombs scorched Hiroshima, killing 140,000 people and destroying most of the river delta city's buildings. But current conditions are testing Japan's pacifism and anti-nuclear weapon tradition. As much as Mr. Biden believes he has improved relations between US allies, he still faces political turmoil at home. The president on May 17 curtailed part of his trip across the Pacific Ocean. He will skip Papua New Guinea and Australia in order to return to Washington in hopes of finalizing a deal to raise the federal government's debt limit.